For us here this evening, it was nearly 3 weeks late, but over the weekend, state lawmakers passed a new budget, $237 billion. In a moment, we're going to go over what it means for funding for our schools, addressing the unaffordability of housing in the state, and also some issues that specifically address Western New York. First, though, as you'd imagine, nobody got everything they wanted out of this process. Democrats, though, seeming pretty pleased with the final product. Republicans, not so much.
The more we spend, the more people seem to leave. The more we try to use government to provide everything for people, the more they escape our grasp and go to other states where there's more freedom, where they keep more of their money, where they have better opportunities.
We're change makers, and we've sought to harness the energy of that change in this budget. At its core, the budget is about curating a state that supports the opportunities and livelihoods of every person at every stage of their life.
A lot to unpack with this. Joining us live tonight is Jack O'Donnell, managing partner at O'Donnell & Associates. It's a lobbying, communications, and government relations firm. Jack, we appreciate your time, and I wonder if we can go through this kind of issue by issue, starting with education spending. We talked about this a lot when the governor came out with her proposed budget because she wanted to eliminate so-called hold harmless. It basically would have made some changes to the formula for school districts and how much money they get, giving more money to places that have gained students, taking money from districts that have lost students. But lawmakers really just rejected that. It seems to be one of the defeats for the governor in this. How big a deal is it?
Well, education funding obviously is a really big deal. Important to the governor, important to the legislature, important to teachers, administrators, and parents. The governor didn't get the changes she wanted, but she did start a conversation. So there was an agreement in the budget, though this hold harmless was not removed. They lowered the rate of inflation that districts are going to get. So it's a smaller increase than it would have been otherwise. And they agreed to a study on this, right, to look at that formula. Not only is it, does it not change from year to year, as you mentioned, on the hold harmless, but it's based on census numbers from 2008. So the legislature and the governor agreed. The Rockefeller Institute's going to look at this. So expect this issue to be live again next year.
We know that housing was one of the big sticking points, a big reason why the budget was nearly 3 weeks late, or maybe you could say 3 weeks late. And the deal that they came to here isn't just surrounding the unaffordability of housing, you know, in the New York City area. We heard New York State Senator Sean Ryan talking specifically about what it does upstate, what it does in the Buffalo area. What should we know about the housing agreement that the governor and legislative leaders came to?
Well, I think the first thing to know is that people on both sides of this, real estate and tenants activists, are unhappy. So if that's a sign of a good deal, that everybody's a little bit unhappy, you know, I think there is some progress here. The governor has been very clear that the way to address affordability is by building new housing. So there's an agreement here that provides some incentives for that. That is a lot more New York City based. Though there are 2 pilot programs, as you mentioned, that Senator Ryan has been advocating for that we'll see here in upstate New York. So, you know, it's a big deal at all that there's any agreement, but I still think, you know, housing and housing affordability is something that we're going to be talking about for the next couple of years. This is not something that goes away quickly, as it takes a long time to get the building done.
Yeah, no easy solution to that for sure. Housing, though, seen as a win for the governor, considering she tried to get a housing deal last year. It didn't happen. It did happen this year, albeit maybe not everything she wanted. Another issue the governor was really pushing was dealing with the rise in retail theft, especially organized retail theft and the impact that's had on the state. Lawmakers really pushed back on that, but in the end, they did come to an agreement with this task force, with state police, and also some other programs. Seen as a win for the governor, you think?
I think absolutely. Any changes in criminal justice are a win for the governor in this climate with this legislature. You know, the folks broadly in the legislature have really pushed back on increased criminal penalties on folks. You know, this legislature is very proud of trying to end some of the disparities around who's in prison. and why and for how long and what that means. So getting anything done, I think, is a win for the governor. That said, again, here, I think the changes are incremental. So don't expect to see huge changes, the end of retail theft anytime soon.
The governor came here to the University of Buffalo earlier this year announcing Empire AI and a lot of money coming for artificial intelligence at UB and at other institutions across the state. That was funded in the budget. I think we kind of went into this with that expectation. But talk to me about that and the other things in the budget that are really sort of Western New York focused.
Well, this Empire AI has to be one of the biggest, right? It's a big win for the governor. The legislature supported it. But having that housed here at the University of Buffalo is a really big deal. There's investment from some of the top private colleges and universities in New York, who are some of the best in the world. And the fact that they're all going to be coming to UB and using a facility at UB is a real reflection of the work that UB has done around artificial intelligence for 30 or 40 years. So that's really the biggest. I think, having it here means that ideally we see spin-off, right? We see people investing. We see the best educators coming to UB and starting businesses. So I think that's just a huge change maker for Western New York and for the future.
Jack O'Donnell with O'Donnell & Associates joining us live tonight. Many pages and $237 billion in the budget. A lot to go through. Thanks for sharing some of your expertise with us.
Thanks for having me.